Hello YouTube, what is up? My name is Kurux, washed up rank 1, and today we're going to take a look at the CALLIGRAPHIA XAYAH. With the game being as crazy as it is, you want a champion that can one-shot and survive a one-shot at the same time. So XAYAH seems like one of the best choices in this very scenario. She has self-peel, she has very high burst damage, and she has a crazy powerful lane if she's not playing into non-interactive champions. So after watching this video, you will understand how to play XAYAH better, how to use her feathers more beautifully, and what you can do to win your lane in an easier fashion. So without any further ado, let's talk about this laning phase. First off, we are playing against a Jhin with a Rakan and a XAYAH. So what is the issue here and what do we have to think about? Okay, the biggest issue for Rakan level 1 is that, well, he only has a second ability. If he doesn't hit that one, it's already a big failure. And since the enemy team has Leona, things also get a lot more dicey. Another thing that comes to mind is nowadays, as AD carries run hack slash more often, Rakan until level 5 is most of the time completely countered, and the Jhin makes a big mistake, and you exactly see what happens instantly level 1. If the second ability connects, you die. Because for some reason Riot thought it was a beautiful idea to give XAYAH even more damage when damage was never her problem. But nevertheless, here we are, showcasing the insane strength in the dual lane department. In bot lane, you make a mistake and you play against the wrong champions, you instantly die. And you see, the Rakan is even running the domination tree, the empowered attack. So yeah, that is quite a lot of damage. And the most beautiful thing about this, they didn't even have to use the XAYAH flash, which makes life a lot easier given that the enemy jungle might rotate down here. Going for a cheeky little play onto the Jhin again, Rakan is not blocking for the XAYAH, making it take a lot of damage. It's actually, honestly, it's crazy how XAYAH is allowed to deal so much damage with like so fast. Like you see how this illegal is. This is just completely illegal in terms of damage. Number one, the skin looks very nice. I'll give you that one. But the damage. Oh, do you see the pre-selection of items? You best believe this was a collector build. And now we have the Yone on the run here, looking at the Eve behind them. Gets a free kill here, even levels up instantly after. Now is the ultimate available, pops the ultimate instantly into the Yone, because the Yone used his ultimate as well, and they basically trade ultimates, which is something the XAYAH doesn't like, because now the Leona has a very big window for the laning phase to actually kill the XAYAH. And it's very important to remember that when you play against the Leona, it's very likely to just get instantly killed once she hits level 5, because the biggest issue against Leona is you will simply not move, and crowd control is so very broken that whenever you get tagged by it, you will not move for Ians, and the biggest issue next to this, the damage in this game is just too high, so not being able to move for a fraction of a second is just too much already. Like yesterday, I died in a Riven stun, like 0.75 seconds, as a Lilia with 3k HP before I can press anything, in the 0.75 second stun. Did you just see what the Rakan did, or what the XAYAH did? The XAYAH flashes forward to give the Rakan another jump, so they can all in on the Jhin, but this is getting, oh, they really overstayed their welcome, they really wanted too much, these greedy goblins. But yeah, that's the solo queue life for you. Sometimes you go for these insane, crazy plays, and yeah, they just go horrendously wrong. And yeah, but the damage XAYAH deals is insane. So if you have an AD, like if you don't know what AD character to play, I think XAYAH is one of the best picks you can make to defuse lane and to play very good into enemy all-in that runs at you. But another thing that's very cool about XAYAH is understanding how these combos work. So every single time you use an ability, you get the feather passive, so you shoot out feathers. So ideally, for example, what you can do to go for a fast feather root combo is you pop your second ability, use an auto attack, and then instantly use your first ability, because your first ability is instantly cast. Look at the play again. They repeat the same thing again, use the XAYAH as a proxy target, and then just go in. And now we see the typical bot lane situation. The entire family is down here, apart from the top laners. They're stuck on the island. If this tornado connects, life could have been very, very dangerous. He's not moving. He is not moving. CC is so goddamn broken, and nobody's moving anywhere close. And at this stage of the game, the people are not dealing as much damage yet, so in late game, you will see how crazy it becomes. But yeah, back to the Xayah combo. When you use an ability, you get the Feather passive. So you want to use your second ability, auto attack, and instantly Q. And then while you initiated the Q, you want to use the third ability, like the E. And then the enemy gets insta-rooted from delayed feathers. Like the feathers will look very weird as they go out and back in a weird timer. But the enemy will regardless get rooted, and then you can just run them down. This is something very important to know if you want to need to, or if you have to play for a burst combo, so yeah. And what are we seeing here? It's basically just fighting. They want to fight, they want to dominate, they want to kill. So, what will happen next? Rakan has ultimate again. If the Jhin shows himself and the Leona isn't even remotely close, I think it's going to be an instant kill. However, the Xayah just used cooldowns, so they can't really fight. Something you also have to keep in mind, if the Xayah uses cooldowns, he doesn't really do damage. See the bouncing grenade dealing so much damage. That is why Jhin can be so annoying during the laning phase, especially if you want to dive him. He can place down the third ability everywhere, and then just kill the minions with the first ability. And if you get hit by a bounce that kill the multiple minions, yeah, you see, like, this is so crazy. They just run at them and just instantly kill them. The damage of Xayah is just too high. Like, how is this legal? And yeah, they buff this champion's damage. Because why not, right? But now Yasuo, the bane of all AD carries, has appeared. Nice Galliot coming in. Yone from the left-hand side, they're collapsing constantly. Yasuo now looking for a play again, has the knockup ready. Doesn't get the ult here unless he ulted earlier, which I didn't see. And the Xayah gets all the kill pickups, but needs to be mindful of the Yone, because the Yone still has a lot of burst damage. And the Yone can, well, quite frankly, just one-shot you. So next wave coming in, Yone, did he recall it? Did he actually just swap brushes? Because it looked very weird on the minimap, but yeah. Xayah wants, or thinks about staying for another wave. Luckily the enemy is Jhin. I think he could have just stayed for another wave because nothing was happening on the map, and with that next wave he would have had a double item spike, which makes him a lot stronger. So yeah, and honestly, I don't know right now if you actually want Navori Quick Blades on your second item. In the past you really wanted that, but maybe just going for straight up IE after your BT might be the play, because you just instantly wipe people. So I'm not quite certain about this yet. If you want to go with Navori, it's not a bad pickup, yeah. Ooh, the enemy all-ins now. Nice Leona ultimate, but the Yasuo Wood was blocking so much damage and the Rakan instantly falls. Just can't move, brother, just can't move. But the Galio is here to match his rotation, also running with the red hands, I think, a powered attack. So yeah, so we might see a dive attempt. But I don't know yet, maybe they'll shy away from it, but it doesn't look like it. It seems like they want to go. Yasuo ults in, the Leona tries to go in with the Zenith Blade, misses the Zenith Blade. The Jhin is now popping all the shots onto the tower, which is very bad for the Jhin. And now the Xayah uses the ultimate, pulls back the feathers from the Feather Storm, and completely annihilates the enemy dive attempt. The enemy bot lane just really griefed that one. But nevertheless, it was nicely played by the Xayah, and they see the recall here, but the Yone is trying to make his appearance, gets knocked up by the Rakan and dies within the CC. Yeah. That's a 1-item AD carry with boots and the Rakan. Now it's a 2-item AD carry. So yeah, that is a tiny bit crazy. Also, with Terminus being an item now, you don't want to go Mortal Reminder again, because Mortal Reminder as an item, it was only built because, well, it gave you crit armor pen at the same time. But the item in general was really bad for its price tag. Now you have Terminus, which grants you more damage after you obviously hit 3 times. Grants you some extra tankiness, which is not really that relevant, but you gain it for free. and a metric ton of attack speed. Wait, he lives? No way. Nah. Well, he dies, okay. But you see, this is... Like, the AD carry just was like, yeah, today's a good day. Then the set was like, nope, you're done. Sometimes playing AD carry feels so frustrating. Also played an AD carry game yesterday. I tried some shenanigans with Ezreal, Blade of the Rune King, and Terminus. This build will be on the website later when everything is settled. So we are in beta right now, just to repeat it. And yeah, I got really scared because I had a few people on my team with like 550 games already. And that really scared because like that is a lot of games. But yeah, let's put it this way, they played like this. And that is meant in a negative sense. So much pain. Second dragon going to the hands of the Evelyn, as it seems. So now they have the Ice Dragon. Excuse me, the Ice Dragon Soul Condition. Ice Dragon is a very cool soul for Evelyn, with the way how she wants to play. The question is, like, if you already one-shot, do you really need to one-shot more? And this Skarner Jr., yeah? This Scorpion in top lane. I played top lane games. This thing is not okay. It needs to be nerfed or something, because that thing is crazy broken. It's dealing like more damage than you do to towers, and it's tanky, and it has AoE auto attacks, and like, what? And if you're using all their cooldowns onto a Dr. Mundo, Xayah popping goes running after them. Evelyn ults out. Nicely played by the Xayah. She can just frontline because the enemy used all the abilities on wrong targets, which means the AD carry is now completely free to run after them. Yasuo goes in with a nice combo, but he just doesn't have ultimate, so what is he supposed to do? There's no wind wall, there's no cooldowns, and the Xayah is completely left alone in the front line. Like, imagine this. The AD carry was allowed to DPS through an entire fight. How many times were you allowed to do this in recent memory? Or did not the entire enemy team sold or sell their families and all the inheritance they have just to jump onto you? Jhin popping ultimate, tries to deny the Rakan's base, succeeds in doing so, but that is the end of the story. But the Yone might come around the corner, has ultimate also available. If he gets tagged here, instantly dies, but the Yone dies in return because the Rakan is fast enough with the fingers to press ultimate. Xayah on the run here, needs to be really careful. The set had the eyes on her, and we have like 4,000 gold lead in the pocket. What is... Whoa! Oh no. Now the proxy target Rakan was used for the set to jump. And we need to be mindful here. The Xayah is live regioning on that guy. The Dr. Moon is coming from bottom right, but the issue is Leona is here now. Yasuo is also close. He's just too tanky and she just gets ran down. Constantly denied the reset, but at what cost, enemy team? Now Dr. Mundo is on his hunt, throws cleaver after cleaver into the face of the enemy, but the Jhin, the Jonathan Wick, is slowly chipping away at that Dr. Mundo. It looks like he's tickling him. Look at the poor Jhin. That guy needs to scale for a lot more time. And yeah, the Dr. Mundo finally falls, but technically speaking, to the Jhin in the kill feed, but I have my feeling that it might be related to the Yone. It might just be me. And yeah, it seems like they want to go for Baron Nashor. The issue is Xayah can't really face check here, so she has to have someone walk in for her. And when that happens, she can finally DPS. Okay, they're not on Nashor. Okay, Xayah just yoinked that one away from the Evelyn. That's personal. I don't know why, but I guess. Rakan going in for a play. Uses the Featherstorm to avoid the knockup by the Yasuo, but the poor guy, the poor Rakan is getting thrown around, and now the set also commits onto the Xayah, but the Xayah has so many self-peeling tools, and now the... Oh my god, the Yasuo was hooked up, and this actually avoids, he sidesteps the Yone ult nearly, like, it was so close. If you're used to Yone ult hitboxes, most of the time you actually get hit there. So it's nice to see when you actually sidestep something and it works. Nasha being picked up, and she wants even more burst. Since the enemy team only wants to go into her, rather than going for example, Magnetic Blaster, she's itemizing into Solar Charge Blade. With Solar Charge Blade, she has more burst damage. The other question is, why not just go, for example, Shield Bow to make yourself like a tiny bit tankier, or do you believe it will not help you at all, inflating your HP pool by a tiny bit on top? Isol is now secured, so the Evelynn will be even more of a menace right now. But as I said earlier, she one-shotted regardless already outside of set, so how much of a difference does it actually make? Jumps onto the enemy backline, one will fall, gets the kill. She doesn't get the kill. The Jhin actually counter ults here. And Dr. Mundo's falling onto the side lane, however the Yone is traded in return a little bit earlier. And Xayah is really putting on a show in terms of damage. Leona on the front line needs to be mindful as Featherstorm and goes and everything available, but the enemy wants to certainly go in. Pop secures this after the Leona ult. The Yasuo is trying to go in here. Sidesteps this play and the beautiful knock up into the backline. They completely dismantle the enemy team. What a wombo. Wants to go for the next kill and picks up the next kill as the game is about to end. So that was a very nicely played game. A few of his snooze moments, but that's completely normal. As an AD carry, you should understand that once you make a singular mistake at any point, you probably instantly die. You don't have the luxury of making mistakes, and often enough, it will feel very, very boring to having to sit back in agony and pain. And yeah, you see, with the Xayah, it's all about the feather placement. Look at the flashes, blade coloring back here. Aurelia is on top. Aurelia going for the tank Rakan as it seems, and just completely underestimates the damage of the Xayah. The pentakill into the pockets of the Xayah. Now the Xayah comes back in here with the Swain in the front line. The set ults him away, but there's just no way. Nicely dodged the second ability of Set, the Haymaker, but now the Annie is the only one left in front, and she just gets ran down and completely decimated and flashes into the enemy's face and kills him for another pentakill. There's no mercy on that guy. And yeah, as per usual, thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and take a look at the description below just to check out the channel. Always nice gameplays, nice information, and we'll see each other for more content very soon. Goodbye.